Hey, it's me, Captain Gold, and you're watching yet another gold standard beginner guide for Project Zomboid. This guide will specifically teach you all that you need to know about cars, so that you too can unlock the power of family. So buckle up for this fast and furious guide, as we'll be going on a mental quarter mile on the drag strip known as the Mechanics Skill Tree. Before I can break down specific car models and explain car parts, it would be rather prudent to explain the various forms of utility that cars can provide in Project Zomboid. Let's start with the very basics. If you've got a key for your car, simply press forward to start the engine. You can then click the key itself in order to turn the car off and in order to remove the key. If you click on this symbol, you can turn on and off your headlights. Clicking here will allow you to turn the AC or heater on or off. Click here to unlock or lock your trunk. Click here to lock or unlock your doors. This here is your battery indicator. And this here is your engine condition indicator light. This sneaky little symbol here indicates your speed level for cruise control. In order to activate cruise control, press left shift. To go up in speed, press left shift plus the W key. In order to go down, you press the left shift key in combination with the S key. This is definitely helpful when towing cars. Now the rest of the dashboard ought to be self-explanatory. That being said, you can honk your horn by pressing the key for yelling. You can also hold down the V key for the vehicle wheel. From there you can honk your horn. You can also lower windows from that wheel. When windows are down, you can look further, you can shove Zeds, and you can shoot out the window. The vehicle wheel also grants you access to the car's radio. Cars with premium radios installed can play CDs. You can also choose to sleep inside your vehicle via the vehicle wheel. And you can select the option to hotwire, which requires level 2 mechanics and level 1 electronics, from the vehicle wheel. When a car is hotwired, the key slot will look like this. You start and shut off the car the same way you would as if you had a key. If you need to break into a car, never break the driver's side window. Zeds can bite you that way. Also remember that some cars will have an active alarm. Be that as it may, the wheel also lets you check vehicle mechanics, and it also allows you to turn the heater and headlights on or off. And it's also how you can switch seats within your car. That being said, the fastest way to switch seats in a car is by pressing the Z key. Believe it or not, cop cars won't let you switch from front seats to back seats. Instead, it'll force you to exit the car and enter the back seats from the outside. Car seats can hold any item that exceeds their weight limit, albeit this only works with one item per seat. This provides you with amazing utility, as each car seat can hold something like a generator or antique oven. Keep in mind that seats with items in them will block your entry into a vehicle. You can refuel a car directly from the pump by pulling up close to a gas pump. The fuel cap is almost always on the driver's side of the vehicle. Right-click the car to fuel from the pump directly, or select the option via the vehicle wheel. You can also siphon gas from a vehicle the same way, provided you have an empty bottle or gas can. You can also tow cars via the wheel by getting close to a car and pressing this symbol. No rope is required. You can literally do it anytime. Some vehicles have sirens. You can access these amazing noisemakers via the vehicle wheel. That being said, please keep in mind that cars make noise when driving. Keeping your speed low is the best way to avoid unwanted attention, so try to keep your speed under 2 RPM if you're trying to be stealthy. Regardless, some cars are louder than others. Use common sense to figure it out. Also, don't speed like a fucking moron. It's an easy way to flip your car, especially when you're driving over dead Zeds. Speaking of the undead, driving over their bodies will not affect the condition of your tires, but hitting them with your vehicle while they're standing will damage your car. If you plan on mowing the undead down with your vehicle, avoid using your hood. And keep in mind, if your trunk is damaged, you will lose trunk space. Fortunately for you, most trunks can often be repaired. In Project Zomboid, vehicles are divided into 3 distinct classes, being standard vehicles, heavy-duty or commercial vehicles, and sport or performance vehicles. In total, there are 14 different car models. This figure is, of course, excluding mods. That said, some of these models have different variants to them. Take, for example, the Dash Bull Driver. It comes with civilian models, a Ranger model, a Fossil model, a Police model, and a Fire Rescue model. Obviously, the non-civilian variants come with sirens. Vehicles belonging to specific occupations or roles tend to have role-specific items within them. For example, ambulances often spawn with medical supplies inside them. Of the three vehicle categories, the standard models and heavy-duty models are the most common. As such, car parts for them are actually plentiful. Performance or sports models are actually rare as fuck and are difficult to maintain. They're loud as fuck too, with little storage capacity in their trunks, plus they often only have 2 seats. All things considered, they are great collectibles and they're fun as shit to drive due to their excellent handling and acceleration. The car with the most storage in the game is the step van, and the Dart is the stealthiest vehicle as it makes the least amount of noise. In addition to different car models is the existence of trailers. These can be attached to any vehicle to improve storage needs. These bad boys are excellent for prolonged scavenging expeditions or a nomadic playthrough. New players often see this screen and freak out. Look at all that complexity and nuance. Luckily for beginners, this gold standard beginner's guide will show them the way. Let's begin with the tools of the trade. You're gonna need a wrench, lug wrench, screwdriver, and a jack in order to work on vehicles. In order to perform specific car part repairs, you'll need a propane torch, welding mask, and skills in metal working. Metal sheets are the best way to repair specific car parts, like car hoods. Depending on the car part, screws can be used as well without the need for metalworking skills. But this is not an efficient fix. That being said, car parts are also divided into 3 categories. It's rather obvious to say that only heavy-duty or commercial parts work on heavy-duty or commercial vehicles and so forth. Now let's look at the easiest parts to work with. Car batteries, headlights, taillights, and radios require no skills and just a screwdriver in order to install or uninstall. Radio quality doesn't really matter at all. That said, you can install premium radios into most cars to allow the use of CDs. Police cars have military ham radios and fire rescue vehicles tend to have premium ham radios. Headlights and taillights can be replaced by just about any light bulb. The light's condition will determine the brightness of said lights. Car batteries have a specific condition and they also have a charge. In vanilla Project Zomboid, you cannot repair the condition of a battery, but you can hook the battery up to battery chargers in order to charge them. When a battery's condition hits 0, the battery is officially trash, and if the charge hits 0, it doesn't work until you charge it. With the right skills unlocked via the mechanic occupation or skill magazines, one can get more information from the mechanic's window, like say engine quality, which determines the engine's reliability for starting and overall longevity. Engine quality cannot be altered in vanilla Project Zomboid. You also cannot remove or repair car heaters. Using a jack and lug wrench, one can install or remove tires. This requires level 1 in mechanics in order to avoid damage to the tire. You can check the air pressure of each tire as well, and using a tire pump, you can inflate or deflate a tire. With 1 to 2 levels in mechanics, you can get yourself a wrench and remove or install car brakes and suspensions. Tires must first be removed before you can access these specific car parts. Keep in mind that a higher skill level reduces the chances of a failed installation or removal. Every time you fail a specific action with these parts and others like car hoods and windows, said parts will lose condition. If you keep failing, the part will eventually break. Level 6 mechanics is when you're almost guaranteed not to damage any of these parts during removal or installation. You'll also need to read the appropriate magazine in order to perform these actions, which depends on the vehicle category and car part. Better and healthier parts tend to grant your car better performance, so try to get the best suspension and brakes. Mufflers affect the noise level of your car, so higher quality mufflers are preferred. In order to replace gas tanks, you must first empty them by draining the fuel into gas cans or empty bottles. Gas tanks come in different sizes and capacities. It truly is worth looking for higher capacity tanks. Keep in mind, however, that this adds weight to your vehicle, which will affect your fuel consumption and speed. Speaking of weight, you can remove car seats to reduce weight and improve fuel consumption and speed. With the right skills, you can replace car windows, windshields, doors, hoods, and even trunk lids. In order to repair car parts, you'll generally need to reach level 3 in metal working. In order to repair an engine, you'll need spare engine parts. These can be found in garages and car shops, or they can be removed from other vehicles, which in turn ruins their engines forever. To repair an engine with these parts, you'll need to be at a certain level in mechanics. Level 4 for standard models, level 5 for heavy-duty or commercial models, and level 6 for sport or performance vehicles. Oh, and here's a fun little tip. You can wash your car by right-clicking on it and pouring water on it. You gotta have your rizzed-up rides looking polished as fuck. Leveling mechanics can be difficult without an XP boost, which is why I recommend beginners add the amateur mechanic trait to their survivors, in combination with fast learner. Also consider playing the mechanic occupation. All of that being said, you gain XP every time you perform an action on a car, but once said action is complete, you cannot get XP until 24 hours later for that specific action on that specific car. So, if you successfully install a battery on one car, you cannot gain XP for reinstalling said battery in the same car, at least not until a day later. Failed actions, however, do grant XP, and they do continue to grant XP until the action is successfully completed. In order to get the most out of your actions, read the appropriate mechanics skill book beforehand. If you manage to get your hands on the right skill books and combine them with the Carzone VHS skill tapes, you'll be able to get free levels in mechanics. As a matter of fact, if you do this correctly, you'll be able to reach level 4 or level 5 in mechanics rather easily. To get some XP from working on cars, I recommend you work on a vehicle that you don't intend on using. To get to electrical level 1 for hot wiring, simply read the first electronics skill book and disassemble various electrical devices. This is tedious, but it's rather easy. As for metalworking, well, you're just gonna have to grind like crazy if you're not a metalworker. Anyways, that concludes this gold standard Project Zomboid guide for beginners. If you enjoy this sort of content, please support the channel by liking, subscribing, and sharing my content. Smash that notification bell in order to be notified when I publish a new video, and also leave a comment. Hell, feel free to leave some tips and tricks if you'd like to. I'm Captain Gold, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye-bye!